This is KMTV 3 News Now this morning.
Watching the numbers while looking for new ways to stop the spread of coronavirus. We'll look at what you can expect to hear from state and health officials later today. Plus, making sure those on the front lines get the equipment needed to do their jobs. A look at how area businesses are stepping up to help area healthcare workers and first responders. And the new virus leaves many going old school in one area town. Why so many people in Plattsmouth decided to hit the road this weekend. Good morning, I'm Courtney Johns. Today is Monday, April 13th. Thanks for starting your day with us. We'll have a look at those stories in just a moment, but first we're going to begin with a check of our forecast with Weather Alert Team meteorologist Mark Stitz. And Mark, I know we've been talking about this over and over again, but I just want to go back to the 80s.
I know, it'd be so nice to be warm again, but no, we had talked about snow over the weekend, parts of northeast Nebraska picking up multiple inches yesterday. So hey, at least we didn't wake up to a bunch of snow on the ground.
There
here,
you
right?
go. We just have to put it into perspective a little bit.
Yeah, the problem is that 24, it's not comfortable no matter how you look at it. And Courtney, when you factor the wind into it, the wind chill right now, 13 degrees. So
yeah. Definitely felt it this morning going to the car.
I know, it was a little rough taking Chip for his walk this morning too. I was like, do you really have to go
Poor
outside?
guy.
Do you just want to wait about 10 hours?
I don't think he can wait that long.
He can, and he did not. We went outside. But yeah, it's cold out there this morning. Unfortunately, this isn't the last cold morning we have to deal with this week, but the overall trend will be to warm things up through the rest of the week. Winds right now pretty scattered across the region, anywhere from 10 to 20 miles per hour. So again, a little bit breezy out there still, but not nearly as windy as it was yesterday. Elkhorn near 21, Carter Lake coming in at 24. Also at 24, we have La Vista and Plattsmouth, but Springfield a little bit chillier right now coming in at 21. But hey, it's better than the teens. Here's your emojis over the next 3 days, Monday and Tuesday. Again, just like me, he does not handle the cold well, so he's going to be bundled up the next couple of days. By Wednesday, he's starting to smile because we're starting to warm things up at least a little bit better, but still even Wednesday, we're stuck in the 40s for afternoon highs. And yes, then a little speed bump we do have to go over on Thursday, some rain and snow. We'll talk about that in a little bit more detail, but some warmer weather is in the extended forecast. We'll get to that as well. Courtney?
All right, thank you, Mark. We now have the latest on the effort to stop the coronavirus. Area leaders will speak out today about the latest steps taken. That will be later today. It comes after another tough day in Iowa, which reported 7 new deaths, 6 in Linn County alone. All 7 people were over the age of 60. Health officials reported 77 new cases of the virus yesterday, bringing the number of confirmed cases to nearly 1,600 in Iowa. And in Nebraska, there were no new reported deaths yesterday, but health officials confirmed more than 100 new cases of the virus, bringing the total number of people infected to just over 800 in the state. So far, 17 people have died from the virus. Of the 800 plus confirmed cases, 242 are in Douglas and Hall County. The Grand Island area has 161 confirmed cases. And across the country, a new task force will begin looking at restarting the economy, even as the death toll tops 22,000. Each state now has more than 20,000 confirmed. 8 states now have more than 20,000 confirmed COVID-19 cases. Officials in some states are hoping to lift restrictions as soon as May 1st, which is causing debate among leaders.
Everybody wants to get the country back on track as quickly as we can, as long as we do it in a safe manner.
I fear, based on the data we're looking at, that we could be throwing gasoline on the fire.
Dr. Anthony Fauci says a rolling re-entry of the economy is possible, but it would also raise the risk of more infections. And the latest numbers show there are about 560,000 Americans with coronavirus. Around the world, COVID-19 has killed roughly 114,000 people. There are 1.85 million confirmed cases in 185 countries and regions. Of those, 434,000 are listed as recovered. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson is among those who may soon be counted as recovered. Johnson left the hospital yesterday after spending nearly a week in the hospital, including 3 days in intensive care. Johnson thanked the medical staff who cared for him, saying, quote, "Things could have gone either way for him." State health officials say the coronavirus is forcing them to make changes to Medicaid expansion plans. They say applications will still start on August 1st, with benefits kicking off on October 1st as scheduled. But more recipients will start with the basic plan that does not include dental, vision, or over-the-counter medication coverage. Officials say federal health officials are focused on the pandemic and have not yet approved that part of the state's Medicaid expansion plan. And Iowa faces the same challenges many other states now face, finding enough gear to protect medical staff. Governor Kim Reynolds issued a new personal protective equipment shortage order. It encourages all medical faculty to reuse equipment if they can, following CDC guidelines.
It is just a constant, constant effort. And we have, hospitals are ordering through their distributors, so they're ordering independently. DAS is ordering, Homeland Security is ordering, our local public health officials are gathering information and putting the orders in. So we continue to say over and over, it's an all of the above approach. So we're looking at every available opportunity to bring PPE into the state.
Colorado and Minnesota are among the states where officials are still scrambling to find enough personal protective equipment for healthcare workers. An area business and nonprofit are both stepping up to help those same medical teams. Max I. Walker Dry Cleaners spent the weekend sanitizing hundreds of scrubs collected by Goodwill retail teams. So far, they found 700 pairs of scrubs, which will be used to help doctors and nurses decontaminate themselves before and after work.
The community has given us a lot over the last 100 years, and it's great to be able to give it back.
Max I. Walker is also helping Methodist Health Systems by sanitizing face masks and other equipment so it can be safely reused. Equipment sanitation is also at the heart of a Sarpy County company's effort. ServPro usually does fire, water, and mold cleanup and restoration. Last year, crews were busy with flood recovery. Now they're disinfecting all Sarpy County's emergency vehicles and equipment for free.
We are using ULV fogging. We're lightly misting inside of the vehicles, and then we're closing them up, and then we're following them by going in and wiping off all of the high touch point areas.
In addition to first responder vehicles, crews also sanitize Bellevue buses, which are used to transport seniors. And with kids still out of school, CRCC is making sure families still have a positive learning experience and students stay connected with their teachers. 3 News Now reporter Danielle Davis joins us live from her home with the story.
Good morning, Courtney. Now, the CEO of CRCC, Ann Constantino, says routines are really important for kids. She says when they have a consistent schedule, they learn better.
Our schedule is disrupted, it can leave them feeling anxious and even cause them to act out. The Learning Together at Home program provides activities as well as supplies.
The reality is parents have found themselves in a really new environment and a new situation of having to homeschool their children and not quite sure how to do that.
The Learning Together at Home program provides activities as well as supplies.
We have really phenomenal teachers that have been writing curriculum and differentiating that curriculum for any of the children that are at home right now that could benefit from having some resources.
The kits will help children learn a variety of skills, including basic learning to challenging their creative side.
Now, she also says that kids, to make sure that they have a well-rounded learning experience, they also teach them patience, critical thinking, as well as reflection. Now, you can purchase the kits online, crccomaha.org, and they have curbside pickup. This is Danielle Davis, 3 News Now. Courtney, back to you.
All right, thanks, Danny. They may not have a traditional graduation, but 3 News Now wants to honor the class of 2020. We call it a salute to seniors. So send us your photo of your graduating senior along with their name and their school, and we'll feature them on 3newsnow.com and possibly in our future newscasts. And tonight, Creighton Prep will honor its seniors by lighting up its campus near 72nd and Western. The baseball field lights will shine each Monday from 8 p.m. to 8:20, which is 2020 in military time. And some seniors at Brownell Talbot are shining a different kind of light on their unique class. Rashawn Yap says that his mom told him about our salute to seniors and decided to share this video he made for a school fundraiser. It's a spoof of Beverly Hills 90210, made up entirely of members of Brownell Talbot's senior class. Really cool how they put all of that together, and each kid kind of got to do a little. See, look at Sam there, poofing the hair out and everything. I love it.
So this looks like the 90210 start of the show?
Yeah.
Okay. See,
yeah.
I always miss on these pop culture references.
We'll get with the times, Mark. Let's go. Even they know what it is.
I know, that does make me feel really old, actually. I'm too young for the original series, but I'm too old for like the redo, right?
Well,
I don't know.
that's what the streaming services are for. You can find it then. Catch up.
Too busy with Ozark right now.
Oh, that's a good one, too.
I know.
Still to come, many of us have been asked to stay home during the coronavirus outbreak. So what does that mean for your gym membership? In our consumer report, do you still have to pay? We'll take a look.
And it's a little bit chilly out there, but starting to see a pretty decent sunrise come out over Council Bluffs. A live view from our Omaha World Herald camera right there. But chilly. And again, we're not going to warm up a huge amount this afternoon, but eventually warm up on the way. We'll detail that out for you coming up.
You're watching KMTV 3 News Now with Courtney Johns, Maya Sines, and weather with meteorologist Mark Stitz. This is KMTV 3 News Now this morning. This weather alert forecast sponsored by Elite Exteriors, roofing, siding, windows, and storm damage.
Some of us had to deal with the snow, but thankfully here in Omaha, while we did see some snowflakes in the sky, nothing stuck to the ground. So our roads good to go this morning. All that has pushed out of the region, taking its clouds along with it. So we get to enjoy a lot of sunshine to kick off the new work week. Problem is, it's going to be fighting cooler wind, and that will mean a cooler day once again this afternoon. Right now, though, we're at 24 in Omaha. Those mid-20s pretty common south of I-80 as well. But head a little bit farther to the north, you'll actually find some low 20s and even some teens out there, including Denison and Wayne and up into the York area. Those winds, again, blowing in more cold air, and that's what will help to keep our temperatures down today. But those winds already starting to pick up a little bit more, most of them ranging between 10 to 20 miles per hour. So a little bit breezy out there this morning, and of course, that's making it feel a little extra cold. The wind chill in Omaha, Plattsmouth, both at 13, Tacoma feeling like 11, and other places feeling like the single digits. South of I-80, though, is a little bit wetter. Those wind chills in the teens. But here's how the wind chill will play out through the rest of the day, because we are going to keep it breezy. Some wind gusts around 20 to 25 miles per hour. And again, temperature is not going to be that great to begin with. So here's what it'll all add up to. By lunchtime, we're feeling like the upper 20s. And then this afternoon, we'll be feeling like the low 30s at best. Now, as we get towards 8 o'clock then, that wind chill falls back into the 20s. And as we go into Tuesday morning, we are feeling like the teens once again. So overall, it's just going to be chilly out there the next couple of days. Here's how actual temperatures play out though today. Lots of sunshine, a little bit breezy all day. Temperatures in the upper 30s at lunchtime. Low 40s is where we top out this afternoon. And by 8 o'clock, dipping back down into the mid 30s. After that, we will slowly be warming things up through the rest of the work week, with the exception of Thursday. That's going to be our little speed bump for this week's warm-up. So let's talk about it. Here we are Thursday morning. Futurecast has us dry at that point. You can see, though, the snow out towards western parts of Nebraska, rain down to our south in parts of Kansas. And I think, though, we could start to see some of that spotting rain and snow as early as Thursday morning. But you can see our rain chances and snow chances will increase as we go towards your lunch hour. And then in the afternoon, again, some scattered areas of rain and snow. A little bit too early to say exactly how much we'll see of both of those. But just know the farther south you live, a little higher amounts possible. The farther north you live, better chance of keeping it completely dry for Thursday. But either way, no matter where you live in our area, we're looking at little to no accumulation of snowfall out there from the system. Just going to be kind of more of an annoyance. And again, put that warm up on hold for a day. Now, as we go into Friday morning, all that pushes out of our area. So shouldn't be a big deal, but we'll keep an eye on it just to make sure. Today, though, highs near 42, mostly sunny, but again, that cool breeze coming in will make it feel like the low 30s at best this afternoon. Overnight tonight, the wind lightens up a little bit, but we fall to 24 for your Tuesday morning. And then tomorrow afternoon, a few more clouds will be around, but still managing to make it a little bit warmer thanks to some slightly lower wind speeds. But 45 tomorrow afternoon. Wednesday, we get back into the upper 40s, and you're thinking, oh my goodness, this is amazing. We should be in the 50s by Thursday. Well, no, we're not, at least not looking like it right now. We'll be in the mid 40s, so not awful, but again, it does come with some scattered pockets of rain and snow. Not looking like a big deal though right now. And then Friday, the warm-up does get back on track. As the sunshine returns, we push back to the low 50s. And look at those morning lows heading to the weekend. Not quite as bad. Saturday morning, mid 30s, and then 60s for the afternoon on Saturday. Sunday looking just a little bit better than that. But of course, for the latest forecast on the go, check in with us anytime. Just download the free Storm Shield app for Apple and Android smartphones and tablets.
Welcome back. It's now 6:19. Beautiful sunrise this morning, this Monday morning. 24 degrees outside. Here's a live look from our Omaha World Herald camera. If you or anyone in your family belongs to a gym or a health club, check your April statement. Consumer reporter John Matteries shows us what to do if they're still charging dues during this shutdown so you don't waste your money.
Just about everyone is watching their monthly bills now during this economic crisis. So many gym members are asking, why do we still have to pay our dues if the gym is closed? Michael Buchanan loves working out. He drinks protein shakes and lifts free weights. Like other gyms, his is now closed, but he paid for the full month of March.
Sent corporate an email. I said, are you guys going to close? I don't want to get charged anymore.
He says they offered him a couple of free months at the end of his contract.
Whenever we reopen, we'll put that on the back end of your contract. Whenever you decide to cancel. I don't want to cancel.
Gym members around the country are lighting up social media right now with complaints that even though their club is closed, it continues to take monthly dues out of their checking account. One gym, the New York Sports Club, has been hit with a class action lawsuit for charging members during the coronavirus closure. So we checked and learned that LA Fitness is now easing its policy and says as of April 1st, we have suspended all billings until one or more clubs in your market reopens. Planet Fitness, meantime, says we have frozen all memberships, so you won't be charged for April. 24 Hour Fitness, however, says memberships will be extended for the same period our clubs are closed. So it varies from club to club, which means you need to check with yours and ask for a suspension if it's not automatic.
Because they're closed and we don't know what's going on in this troubled time. They could be closed for 7 months, 8 months. It's very conservative, and that's a lot of money.
If you were billed for the month of March, even though your gym was closed, call and ask about a possible break so you don't waste your money. I'm John Matteries for 3 News Now.
And if you have a story idea for our consumer reports, let us know. Send us an email at 3newsnow.com. Coming up later, it was supposed to be a year-long celebration for Henry Dorley Zoo and Aquarium. Now the gates are closed. So what can be done to keep the funds coming in? We'll take a look.
This weather alert forecast sponsored by Elite Exteriors, roofing, siding, windows, and storm damage.
The rain, the snow, the clouds, all that from the weekend has moved on. Just a few of those clouds left over in very far eastern parts of Iowa. And again, those are quickly moving out as well. So we will start the new work week with a lot of sunshine. The problem is a lot of cold air left behind from all that over the weekend as well. So right now in Omaha, we're at 24 degrees, but some spots have fallen into the low 20s around the metro. You can see farther up to the north and especially off towards the west, a lot of temperatures right now in the teens. Even Sidney, Nebraska, there in the Panhandle, coming in the single digits. But where a little bit more cloud cover was overnight, eastern parts of Iowa, a little bit more mild, low 30s out there for them. But this afternoon, things going to be chilly. And of course, we have to talk about our dog of the day. This is Bo, right now living at the Nebraska Humane Society. He is 6 years old and looking for his forever home and his forever family. We're told Bo walks really well on the leash if you want to go on a walk. We're also told he loves just to sit next to you and hang out with you at home as well. So he'll be active, play fetch with you, or he'll just hang out on the couch with you as well and hang out. So go check out Bo if he's not the right fit for you. Plenty of other great options out there at the Humane Society as well. And again, perfect time to get a dog. You have a whole lot of time to potty train that thing and make sure you get used to your home before you have to go back to work. Who knows when? Anyway, temperatures in the upper 30s by lunchtime today for those dog walks. Lots of sunshine, but drop these numbers by about 10 degrees to get the wind chill because it will be a little bit breezy. So even though we'll top out around 42 this afternoon, for those dog walks, it'll be feeling like the low 30s at that point. Then we do actually fall into the low 30s by 9 o'clock tonight. So bundle up yourselves and the puppies too.
This is KMTV 3 News Now, this morning.
Good morning, I'm Courtney Johns. Today is Monday, April 13th. Thanks for starting your day with us. We'll have a look at this morning's top stories in just a moment, but first we're going to begin with a check of our forecast with Weather Alert Team Meteorologist Mark Stitz. And Mark, it is so cold outside.
Yeah, it's chilly. We got temperatures low and those winds are a little bit on the high side. So that's not a good combination, especially for a Monday, Courtney.
Yeah, it's not a great way to start off the week.
Yeah, but good news is little by little, we're going to warm things up and just one speed bump along the way. So we'll talk about that, though, in a little bit later. But right now you can see we're nice and dry, nothing coming up on radar, and satellite not finding many clouds either. So we will get to enjoy a lot of sunshine out there this morning and through the afternoon as well. But while that sunshine tries to warm things up, that wind out of the west-northwest going to be helping to cool things down at the same time. So they'll be battling it out. And overall, we're going to warm up some throughout the day, but we're going to keep it below average. Right now, though, 24 degrees. Again, a little bit breezy out there, and that is making it feel like 13 right now in Omaha. Actual temperature in Bellevue, 24. Council Bluffs 23, but a little bit better in Millard, right now coming in at 26. So for the morning commute, a little bit breezy, but not enough to give it the yellow light for the drive into work this morning or the grocery store, wherever you're heading. And then this afternoon, still a little bit breezy, but temperatures will make it to about 42. And again, a lot of sunshine, so a green light for the drive home as well. We'll talk about that warm up and the speed bump coming up in just a little bit. Courtney?
All right, thank you, Mark. The number of coronavirus cases in Nebraska and Iowa continues to grow. In Nebraska, the state is reporting 814 cases. 242 of those are in Douglas County. The Grand Island area has the second highest numbers at 161. 17 people have died from the coronavirus in Nebraska. And in Iowa, 77 new cases have been reported. That brings the state's total to 1,587. 7 new deaths were reported yesterday, 6 in Linn County and 1 in Washington County. In total, 41 people in Iowa have died from the virus. And if you've recently done any shopping, you've probably seen stores with shortages of cleaning supplies. That's caused some people to take common household chemicals they already have to create a stronger disinfectant, not knowing they might need help from poison control shortly after. Poison control calls are coming up across the nation because people are mixing chemicals like bleach and ammonia, which creates a toxic gas. That can be irritating to your eyes, nose, throat, and can cause difficulty breathing. Other mixtures can release chloroform.
If you're in a small room and closed space, that can be bad. People can end up having to go to the emergency room, which is probably not the place you want to be if there are people who have a contagious disease in the same place.
There's also concern about people ingesting chemicals like bleach, thinking it will help protect them against coronavirus, which is not the case. 2020 was shaping up for a big year for the Henry Doorly Zoo and Aquarium. They were celebrating their 125th year. Then, like the rest of the world, the coronavirus hit. The zoo closed back on March 16th. As of now, they expect to be closed until the end of April. During that time frame, they've estimated they'll lose about $6.7 million. They're using backup funds saved for situations like this, but having the zoo closed is a big loss.
Roughly 93% of all the money we make here at the zoo through memberships and gift shop sales and hot dogs and events at night. So it's a huge, huge portion.
They've since put a hiring freeze in place and found other ways to cut back. They're also saying that people buying memberships is key during this time. Even though we can't come together in person, we can still come together as a community. KMTV has started a campaign called We're Open Omaha. It's a partnership between us and our local businesses with one goal, getting them through this tough time. Every day, we're shining a light on a business or restaurant that continues to serve our community and neighborhoods. This morning, anchor Maya Signs checks out urgent care of Papillion.
If you're feeling sick, COVID-related or not, Urgent Care Papillion is open and doing their best to make your visit as safe and convenient as possible. Healthcare workers are busier than ever, but for some private clinics like Urgent Care Papillion near 72nd and Giles Road, that's not the case.
Surprisingly, a new illness caused our business to go down, so we're probably down 40% in business. So I think people are a little bit more hesitant to come into a medical facility, assuming that there's a greater risk of contracting it here. There probably is less of a risk of contracting it here because we take so many precautions and we wipe down things so often. I think probably going to the grocery store is probably a little bit higher risk than it is actually to come here.
Dr. Pete Crane and his staff tend to illnesses and injuries that are non-life-threatening, but with less people coming in for those everyday illnesses or injuries, Dr. Crane is worried about the longevity of this.
I like to think of our business as being built like a pyramid with a solid base and able to withstand the storms, but this has made me feel like somebody turned the pyramid upside down and kicked the bottom block out of it. So it's been kind of a struggle. We've done some things to limit our expenses as much as we can. So far we haven't had to lay anybody off, and I don't anticipate that we will. Some of the staff, if it hasn't been busy, they're voluntarily taking off, and we really appreciate that.
Staff is taking all precautions possible to ensure all patients are safe when visiting the clinic, especially since they offer COVID testing.
If they suspect they have COVID, we try to keep all of those people out of the building so we don't infect the building.
The staff is dressed in full gear when dealing with patients.
So the N95 mask, we wear goggles, we wear some sort of protective gown over our clothing, wear gloves, and a lot of hand sanitizer. We use Clorox wipes on any surfaces that we think are potentially infected.
Even with homemade donated items.
So he took a gallon ice cream jug and took, I assume that's the handle then, and made a face shield, and he just attached plastic to it. So we've got a screen, and he made us 3 of them.
They're even offering drive-up services during this time, and for those needing to come inside, there are signs everywhere indicating to keep social distancing.
We'll try to call people from their automobile, let them just walk right through the building, not touch anything, take them right to the exam room, and evaluate them there.
Now, if you don't want to come inside, you can also do a telemed over the phone.
So tell me about your symptoms today.
In Papillion, Maya Signs, 3 News Now.
Once again, Urgent Care of Papillion is open for drive-up, curbside, telemedicine, and in-person care by appointment. It's open 7 days a week, and the hours are listed right there on your screen. An Iowa woman is doing what she can to keep her neighbors safe during this pandemic. Mary Shotwell never thought she'd be sewing surgical masks, but this Des Moines woman now has sewn enough for her entire neighborhood. She's delivered the masks, about 50 in total, to her neighbors. And she says they've taken care of her over the last month, so now it's time for her to return the favor.
Very cool.
My neighbors are really looking out for me. You know, I have probably 6 or 7 of the neighbors who routinely check in to see, do I need groceries? Do I need them to run any errands for me or to bring food? And I wanted to do something for them.
And it's not just her neighbors she's looking out for. Over the last few weeks, she's donated masks to a local medical center as well. Now, we recently introduced you to a boy named Ethan Hill. He's from Iowa and was born with just half a heart. His first ever birthday party with friends was canceled due to the coronavirus, so his mom improvised with a car parade. 3 News Now reporter Daniel Davis was there for the surprise.
But how would you like to have a ride on a fire truck for your birthday?
Ethan is a huge superhero fan.
Would you like to do that?
Yeah, let's
Are
do
you
it.
excited?
He got a birthday surprise and a ride in a local hero's cool red fire truck. Crime fighters usually have partners, so the Potawatomi County Sheriff and deputies joined in the celebration. Birthday cards were requested along with well wishes. Cards poured in from all over the country, along with tons of gifts.
See what's in the surprise box.
Cars lined up waiting for the superhero return. They had signs, balloons, and plenty of positive wishes for Ethan as he celebrates his 7th birthday. A birthday his mom wasn't sure would ever happen.
He almost didn't make it after this last surgery, so the fact that he got to see his 6th and now it's going to be his 7th, like, that's so exciting.
Upon their return, Ethan got to wave as a parade of cars drove by, wishing him a very happy birthday. A celebration his family says was more than they could have ever imagined.
Thank you everybody for all these presents. This is the best birthday ever.
Happy birthday to you.
In Traynor, Iowa, Danielle Davis, 3 News Now.
His birthday was on Friday, so a big happy birthday to Ethan. A chance to get out of the house may have been what drove hundreds to hit the road in an area city this weekend. Check out this scene from Plattsmouth. Saturday, hundreds filled the Main Street, heading back and forth. It's the second time people have gathered to cruise Main Street, many doing so in their classic cars and motorcycles. You'll likely not see a similar scene in Omaha since City Council outlawed cruising Dodge back in 1992. Kind of a fun way to get out, and it looks like that was Saturday, because that was nice weather right there.
I was just going to say that, with that top down, that one car, must have been Saturday. It was actually nice outside.
Yeah, it looked nice out there. I haven't seen that in a while.
Yeah, it would be nice to come back, but not anytime soon.
Well, we'll just patiently wait.
Yes, we will.
Still to come on 3 News Now this morning, are you ready for Move It Monday? This morning, we're working out the legs. Stay with us.
And it is a chilly start to our day, but at least that fireball coming up in the sky starting to light things up for us. We'll see plenty of that sunshine throughout the day today. But again, staying cool out there, but a warm up is on the way in the extended forecast. We'll talk about that and your next chance for rain and snow after the break.
Welcome back. The time now is 6:45. Every Monday, we're highlighting ways you can stay in shape at home with no weights. We partnered with Edge Body Boot Camp to give you a great workout, and today it's leg day.
So we're gonna step forward, but you're just gonna drop straight down.
Missy Henry says the word lunge means something else when it comes to working out.
We're not actually like lunging forward. We're stepping and dropping that knee straight towards the ground and keeping that chest up.
If you have bad knees, Missy says you can do a backwards lunge.
It tends to put a little bit less pressure on that knee, so just in case people need those options.
Once you find a comfortable movement, do 12, 6 on each leg.
I like to tell people kind of push through that heel of that front leg so then you can return back to that standing position.
Next is sumo squat pulses. Start by putting your feet a bit wider than your shoulders.
And then we're gonna slightly point those toes out, okay? Then from here, I'm gonna drive my knees out towards my toes to get into that sumo squat, so I'm gonna feel it more in my inner thighs, and then I'm gonna pulse from right there.
Go as low as you can comfortably and pulse up and down 20 times.
Make sure your weight is still distributed over kind of that ball of your foot. There we go.
Next, you're gonna do something called a good morning.
I like to tell people to roll their shoulders back and down, nice proud chest, and then we're gonna sit our butt back. So your knees are soft bent, and then from there, you're just gonna bend over at the waist like you're touching your toes. Feel that pull in those hamstrings? Yeah. And then you're gonna stand up and squeeze your glutes.
It looks a little silly, but Missy says it gives your lower body a great workout.
Soft bend, and then you really feel that more of those hamstrings, and we're hinging so that our chest is parallel to the ground.
After 12 good mornings, it's time to raise your heart rate with 20 squat jumps. So start yourself off in the squat position.
My feet are gonna be hip or shoulder width apart and just slightly point those toes out. We don't wanna be plie-ed, but just slightly pointing those toes out. Then I'm gonna drive my knees out to get to my full range of motion squat, and then I'm just jumping through that movement.
And if you're not comfortable jumping, remember, Missy says you can change it up.
For low impact options, people could definitely trade out squat jumps for just walking the stairs or for doing step ups. That up, up, down, down is gonna work their legs and raise their heart rate.
Missy says you should repeat those moves as many times as you can in 20 minutes. And if you want to make it a little harder, you can add some weight to your workout. You can use books, a water gallon, or some soup cans. After that, you can cool down and stretch. And if you didn't get a chance to write all that down, don't worry. We have an article with all the info on our website at 3newsnow.com.
This weather alert forecast sponsored by Elite Exteriors, roofing, siding, windows, and storm damage.
Good job, Courtney. Get up, everybody, move. All right, satellite radar showing dry weather. All the rain and the snow from the weekend is gone, and the clouds have gone along with it. So we do get to enjoy a lot of sunshine throughout the day today. All right, 24 right now in Omaha, but still some teens on the map, including York, Denison, and up into Wayne. If you're a little bit farther south, more than likely you guys are holding out in those mid-20s with us here in Omaha. The problem is it's still a bit breezy out there, not awful. I mean, yesterday those winds were really strong, but again, they've lightened up, but still enough that you're going to notice them this morning. Winds around, for the most part, 5 to 20 miles per hour, depending where you live, and that is making it feel like 13 right now in Omaha. But you can see other places north of I-80 feeling like the single digits. So a rough start to the day, and it looks like those wind chills, while they will improve this afternoon, not going to be amazing by any means. So here we go. You can see at lunchtime, still feeling like the upper 20s, and those wind chills will only make it into the low 30s throughout the afternoon hours. And by 8 o'clock tonight, we're dipping back down to the 20s for wind chills, and it'll be feeling like the teens again as we go into Tuesday morning. So again, a little bit breezy today, winds around 20 to 25 miles per hour. But fighting that cold wind will be the sunshine, making it at least look better outside. But as we go into the afternoon, actual temperatures in the upper 30s. We'll top out near 42 late this afternoon, and by 8 o'clock dipping back down into the mid 30s. And again, we will warm up little by little pretty much every single day this week, and it's going to make for a really nice weekend. But one speed bump along the way to that warm up, and that's going to be on Thursday. As we go to Thursday morning, some scattered pockets of rain and snow will start to move into the region. Now, Futurecast showing most of this as snow, but I think some of this will actually be rainfall. And again, it's going to be scattered. It's kind of on and off throughout the day on Thursday. In areas that do see the snow, a little to no accumulation expected at this time. So the system on Thursday does not look like a big deal. In some areas, the farther north you live, the better the chance that you have of staying completely dry. It looks like the bulk of this will stay south of us. So we're just getting clipped by this. Again, not going to be a big deal, but it does kind of put that warm up on hold for one day late in the work week. As we go to late Thursday night, looks like all this will move on pretty quickly from our area. But today, highs near 42, lots of sunshine, but plenty of wind as well. Again, not as windy as yesterday, but some wind gusts around 20 to 25 miles per hour, making it feel a little bit cooler. The wind will lighten up some overnight, but we fall to 24 for your Tuesday morning. So chilly start, but again, warmer little by little every day. Around 45 on Tuesday with more clouds. Wednesday, a mix of sun and clouds, and getting back to 49. But again, Thursday, the warm-up kind of takes a little pause with that scattered wintry mix moving through. Most of it should just be rain and snow, highs near 46. But then Friday, we get things back on track. Lots of sunshine and highs in the low 50s. And over the weekend, we get back in those low and mid 60s, both Saturday and Sunday. And the morning's not going to be quite as cold late this week either. But of course, for the latest forecast on the go, you can check in with us anytime. Just download the free Storm Shield app for Apple and Android smartphones and tablets.
Coming up, what's behind America's shortage of personal protective equipment? Why U.S. buyers are struggling to get what they need. Plus, we talk to acclaimed singer Andrea Bocelli about the healing power of music. Coming up on CBS This Morning.
And before we go, here's a look at some of the stories we'll be following for you today. We have the 4-in-1 on 3newsnow.com and our social media sites. We should be getting up to date on the coronavirus outbreak in Iowa and Nebraska. At 11 this morning, Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds will address her state, and then at 1 this afternoon, we'll hear from Nebraska Governor Pete Ricketts. We'll carry both updates live right here on KMTV and our digital platforms. And you may face more slowdowns at one of Omaha's busiest intersections. Starting at 8:30 this morning, eastbound Dodge Street will have lane restrictions near 72nd Street. That's where crews will be installing an orbit platform for its rapid transit line. That lane restriction is expected to last 3 months. And if you like to jog or ride your bike in Papillion, you may have to take a different route for a few weeks. Starting today, Papio Creek Trail will be closed between 72nd and 48th Street. That's where crews will be working on the levee. That closure is expected to last 3 weeks. And tonight, Creighton Prep will honor its seniors by lighting up its campus near 72nd and Western. The baseball field lights will shine each Monday from 8 p.m. until 8:20, which is 2020 military time. We'll have more on that story on 3 News Now at 10. And if you're looking for something to do while you're stuck at home, why not learn how to play the guitar? Guitar maker Fender is offering 3 months of free guitar and ukulele lessons. It's called Fender Play. It offers easy to follow video instructions and is available on Apple and Android devices. And if you don't have an instrument, you can rent one online at fender.com. A ukulele too. There you go, Mark. one more thing for you to do during your quarantine.
If you are my neighbor, please don't learn to play a new musical instrument in the next month.
They can play it softly, Mark.
Maybe go somewhere in the park, somewhere, I don't know.
There you go, spread the love. I like that.
Go play for somebody else.
What a giver.
Yeah. Always giving.
There you go. Are you going to be okay?
No. I'm just in fear that now my neighbor's going to start playing an instrument. Mostly sunny out there today and breezy. And of course, that wind will be blowing in the cooler air. So that's going to hold back temperatures well below average. I think our average high in Omaha this time of year is like up to 63. And this is as good as we're going to get today. Upper 30s at lunchtime, around 42 late this afternoon. But again, factor the wind in. It's going to feel more like the low 30s at best in the afternoon. Overnight tonight, the wind not quite as bad, but it's going to be chilly either way. We drop down to 24 tomorrow morning, and then we do slowly warm things up over the next few days, back into the mid-40s on Tuesday, upper 40s on Wednesday with a few more clouds both days. And again, Thursday is going to bring a few scattered rain and snow showers, but not looking like a big deal right now. Just holds us back in the mid-40s, but back to the 50s on Friday. And as we go into the weekend, we are back into the 60s. Courtney?
All right, thank you, Mark. Be sure to download the 3 News Now app for up-to-the-minute traffic, weather, and breaking news. Have a great day.